In the first chapter, we talked about the essentials of e-commerce, and one of the topics was payment systems. Every shopping cart needs to have some kind of integration with some kind of payment system, and PayPal is arguably the most popular choice when it comes to online merchants and payment processing. PayPal there's no monthly charge. There's just a small percentage for each transaction. There are a few different kinds of accounts. If we click on sign up for free at paypal.com, we'll be asked if we want to create a personal account or a business account. If you're selling online, I'd suggest the business account because there's less limitations. And the most popular is the standard, which is $0 a month. And it allows your customers to pay through PayPal through their account, or they can pay with their credit card, and the actual payment goes through PayPal servers. So this makes it very easy to integrate. You don't need an SSL certificate. You just usually each cart, including PrestaShop, will have a plugin for PayPal where you just add your PayPal email and you'll be all set. You'll be ready to take orders. This advanced account, I think, is new, which it does allow you to take credit cards on your site as opposed to going through PayPal servers. And then there's the Pro account, which obviously allows you to take cards on site, but it also offers other options. It also gives you a virtual terminal, which is like a physical credit card processor. You could take cards at an actual shop or from your actual customers and process them through the browser through your PayPal Pro account. So it's a couple different options. For this section, we're going to go with the standard solution. I already have a PayPal account, so I'm not going to sign up, but this is how you would. You just click on Get Started and put in your information. So we're back in the back office of PrestaShop, and PrestaShop uses modules for payments, for payment gateways. So we want to click on modules, and we'll be going over modules in depth in, I think, the next chapter, but we should have a PayPal. We can actually narrow this down. Let's filter our options and just write in PayPal. And it brings us right to the PayPal module, which isn't installed by default. We have to click install. Alright, so PayPal is now installed. In the first chapter, we went over PayPal Pro, which is an on-site solution. It looks like the module for PayPal Pro is $200. I was not aware of that. That's just not a good deal in my opinion. But we're sticking to the PayPal standard. We can actually click on Configure. Alright, so this is where we can configure our PayPal account. So we have some options here. We do have a PayPal account, so I'm going to click yes, that I have an account. And then we have this option here, which asks us if we need PayPal to process all credit card payments, or if we need PayPal in addition to another processor that we're using. So at this time, we don't have any other processors, so we're going to keep this checked. Let's scroll down, and here it asks you for your PayPal credentials. Let's click on this Get My PayPal API Credentials, and you can log into our account, my account, and it simply just gives you the information you need. So we're going to highlight the API username, paste that in there, as well as the password, and finally the signature. Okay, paste that. Alright, so now it's telling us to finalize, we need to confirm the email address. So we need to check emails sent by PayPal when you created your account. Linked. Alright, so this looks like it's to people that don't have an account, that are actually signing up right now. Let's scroll down. Express checkout. Offer your customers a three-click checkout experience. We'll keep that enabled. Use a sandbox. This is if you want to actually do some tests and not make actual purchases while you're in development mode. But we're just going to keep live mode selected. Payment type. Payment type we're going to keep at direct sales. And let's save that. Alright, so now congratulations, you can start now accepting payments with PayPal. Alright, so now our users should be able to go through and purchase a product. We have shipping set up, we have our PayPal account set up, so all that's good to go. But if you want to process credit cards on site, then PayPal doesn't do that. Well, a standard account doesn't do that. As we talked about before, PayPal Pro does. And you just saw that the PayPal Pro module was $200. There are many other resources out there. Authorize.net is one of the big ones that I personally have experience with. I would suggest going through an Authorize.net reseller as opposed to going right through their website, because they can waive the fee, but more importantly, they can offer you a payment processor as well, because Authorize.net itself is only a payment gateway. You need a processor to actually process the payments. Now, let's say you do go through a reseller, or you do go through Authorize.net. You would go to modules, and you could grab the Authorize.net module, and you can see it's not installed. Let's just install it. I'm not going to actually input Authorize.net information or my account or anything like that, but this is what you would do. Pretty much the same as the PayPal. Click configure, and it actually looks like it's a lot easier than PayPal. You just need your login ID, your key. You could choose from production or test mode, and you can choose which cards you want to accept, and then you have your order status for hold for review. So pretty easy. You could get the key and the login ID just by logging into your Authorize.net interface, and then you would click update settings, and you should be all set. As far as functionality, as far as security, you would need to get an SSL certificate if you want to process credit cards on your site, no matter which payment gateway you used. Now, when it comes to purchasing an SSL, there's many different providers. My first suggestion would be to maybe write in a support ticket to your hosting provider and seeing if they offer an SSL certificate, and which kinds and how much they are, and if they'll help you actually install it, which most of the time they will. As far as standalone providers, one that I use a lot is Namecheap, and I'm just going to give you a few resources. I'm not suggesting any one over the other or promoting any of these companies. They're just some resources that I've dealt with. If we go to SSL certificates, you can see there's many different kinds, and the difference in each kind, I mean, you can see you can get a Komodo SSL for $7.95 a year, and then VeriSign, which is the highest security and the most respected SSL certificates, are starting at $335 a year. So the difference varies. The difference as far as features, it's usually the difference is usually in encryption strength, issue time, update times, the support that is offered, the warranty, as well as which devices trust which certificates. Any one of these would be fine if you're most of your customers are on a desktop or a laptop browser. There are some mobile browsers that might have an issue with some of the cheaper ones. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I think that is a possibility. So as far as other providers, even GoDaddy, enom.com is another good one. You can see GoDaddy. If we go to all products, SSL and security, looks like they have some on sale. It's $49 a year, $99 a year. You can see the different options and features. Enom, they have GeoTrust. GeoTrust is another big name. I mean, if you look at some of the prices, they go, really high. But like I said, if it's a new shop and you're just starting out and you don't really have a lot of experience with e-commerce, then you might want to shoot for one of the $20 to $90 SSLs within that range. Unless pricing isn't an issue, then of course, by all means, go for the big ones. But you'll definitely need some kind of encryption, some kind of SSL certificate on your shopping cart if you're processing them on site. So what I'd like to do now is visit the front end and make sure that the PayPal module is enabled and working correctly. So if we go back to our front end, and our cart's empty, so let's go ahead and add the iPod Shuffle. And you can see already we have this checkout with PayPal Express Pay, so they can do the Express Pay or they can go through the entire cart. Let's start with clicking on the Express Pay. So you can see it goes right to, this is my PayPal account. The iPod Shuffle 6605, it's in there. The shipping that we created is in there, so they can either log in and pay right away, or they can choose to pay with a credit card or debit card, and that can be Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express. So very convenient. I'm not going to go through the checkout. I actually just want to look at the standard checkout now, so I'm going to, that is added to my cart, so I'm going to click checkout, and this will give us a summary just like any shopping cart. You can see it added the $12 shipping, shipping calculator. We don't need to do any of that, so let's click next. Oh, you can see the carrier there. So now what it's doing is we need to either log in or we need to sign up, create an email address. Now that I see the Express Pay is working, I'm pretty much positive that the standard checkout will work. I can't go through it here because we're on my local host. What I want to do towards the end of the series is transfer this to a live server and make an actual purchase, just so we can make sure everything's running correctly. But it looks like the payment's fine, the shipping's fine, so I think this is a good place to stop. So that's it for the payment system. I'll see you in the next video.